Hey, what up folks, this is GK. So this is the third and final case study, which is TerraMirth case study. And in this video, I'm going to discuss about the case study, and I'm also going to discuss about the solutions of the case study. And the third and final thing which I'm going to discuss is on the sample question that I found over internet. So I also have the timestamps in the description. You can go to the specific section directly. If you have missed my previous case studies, I highly recommend watching them by going through my playlist. So first things first, so what is TerraMirth? So TerraMirth is a fictional company that manufactures heavy equipment. So 80% they manufacture for the mining and 20% they manufacture for the agriculture. So they have vehicles both in mining and agriculture. So they have 500 dealers and service centers across 100 countries. So that's about TerraMirth as a company. Now there are two types of data transfer. So before I get into the data transfer part, so basically there are two categories of vehicles that they have in the field. So there are 20 million vehicles that transfer the data over FTP servers, and there are 200,000 vehicles that are connected to the cellular network, which you can also think about IoT. So these vehicles are ready for the next gen IoT transfer and stuff. So the majority vehicles are uploading the data in the batch through an FTP transfer, and in total they do like 120 fields of data per second. Now if you look at these two, and let's go over the first one. So if you look at the first one, so what happens is if a vehicle is due for service, or if a vehicle is malfunctioning or something, and if it goes to a service center, so at the service center, they collect the data from the machine. So it's an offline collection, and they transfer the data by connecting to a port, and they upload the data as gzip file to their FTP servers. And then from FTP servers, it takes some time to go to the data warehouse. So the data is going over a batch, like it's going in a batches, and the transfer is FTP. So the biggest concern for their business is their vehicles are having an issue of four-week downtime, because it has a 3 weeks of delay to transfer the data to the data warehouse. So if it is 3 weeks, obviously you would know that it is a very slower feedback to the service centers. To mitigate that, the company plan the stocks well ahead. Like for example, if they foresee that these equipments or some of the spare parts of these vehicles might come to the service center, so let's stock them before. So they try to stock more and more even before the vehicles go into a service center, to avoid the delay. So they tried that, and they are trying to mitigate the delay to an extent. So that's about the 20 millions of vehicles which are following this process. And if you see in this case study, it is more focused on the data. So it's about how you're going to solve their business problems they have by transferring the data as fast as you can to the data warehouse, and building that ETL pipeline that could help the company to expand and get more and more insights about the customers. The other 200,000 vehicles connected to a cellular network, so they stream the data faster to the data warehouse. So in total, if you see 120 fields of data per second, the 22 hours of operations, it has around 9 TB data per day, as opposed to 900 TB data per day for the 20 million vehicles. Here it streams faster, it is a streaming data, and then the feedback is faster. So there are obviously some cost savings, because they don't have to plan the stocks of the spare parts much earlier. So this is the way the vehicles are sending the data to the data warehouse. So what are the business goals? So as we have seen in the previous slide, the company wants to reduce the 4 weeks of downtime to 1 week, and they want to have the data of the customer accessible to the dealers. So as the dealers get a lot of customer information, so they are much better prepared to send offers to the customers, or to send upgrades to the customers, or if an equipment or a vehicle is end of life, they can suggest for a better vehicle with less discounts or something like that. So that's between the dealer and the customer. So the company's goal is to provide more data to the dealers about the customers. Now from the company's perspective, when they have the real-time data, it gives them edge over the other competitors, so that they can partner with a lot of agriculture based companies, or the fertilizers companies, or any such companies that can help the company to grow. In the terms of current technology stack, they have combination of Linux and Windows based operating systems. Currently they have only one data center in US West Coast, which is what they want to fix as well in future. They want to have in 2 data centers at least. And there are 2 applications. One application is to ingest the data. As we have seen before, the data ingestion is taken care by this Python application, which will get the files, which will unzip the files, or if there is any transformation, it might do the transformation, and it will put that into the database. And the reporting application, so which is what the BAs, the business analysts from their company, use the application, and there are around 10 business analysts. So they have off-the-shelf application running on Windows, and they use Postgres as a data warehouse. Now, as soon as you have seen the data warehouse keyword, you might be well aware that if you want to put that in the Google Cloud, you can directly use BigQuery. So now let's try to come up with a possible solution. The first solution is for the 200,000 vehicles that are connected to the IoT core, or they're connected to the cellular network. So basically for those 200,000 vehicles, this path is the fastest way. Basically vehicles will connect to the IoT core, and IoT core merely is a broker between your cloud PubSub and the vehicles, which have the IoT device, and it streams the data to IoT core to PubSub, and from PubSub can handle massive amounts of streaming data as opposed to BigQuery, and we're going to get that in the question that we're going to discuss. So once the data reaches PubSub, if there is any ETL, I mean, it's not clear from the case study that they are doing ETL, but let's say they have to do some transformation sorts of things, then we would use Cloud Data Flow. After the ETL is done, it would ingest the data to the BigQuery, and on top of BigQuery, we're going to create the dashboards using the Cloud Data Studio. So this is a very good tech stack improvement as a whole for the company to get the data faster to their BAs, to build reports, or to do analysis on the data through Data Studio, and then give the feedback to the company. Now in the second solution about the batch data, which is for the 20 million vehicles which are currently using the batch solution. So even for those, before the company would actually move all these vehicles and upgrade the vehicles to use the IoT, it would continue. So because it's a step-by-step process, so this part would still continue. So we have to give them a better solution for them to at least gain some improvements in the existing model itself. Now, as we have seen about the 20 million vehicles, they are currently sending the data over FTP. So what we would recommend them is, like, we would tell them to put the data into the cloud storage as a staging, or they can also dump it to BigQuery, but it depends, like, it's better to stage it in cloud storage, because if they have any ETL, then the Cloud Data Flow would pick it up from the cloud storage, and it does the ETL and then finally put it into BigQuery. But let's say if there is no ETL, they can as well dump the data to BigQuery directly. So either they can dump it to BigQuery, or they can put it into cloud storage, and then Data Flow would help them to transform the data, and finally it would go to Data Studio, and then Data Studio, their BAs will try to analyze the data from the Data Studio. And if you look at, there was a section where the company wants to give a lot of information about the customers to the dealers. So if you see any question on that, so what you would do is you would highly recommend using a very simple PaaS based solution like App Engine, and then they can create APIs in App Engine and give that APIs to the dealers. They can use the APIs and they can get a lot of information about the customers. This is a sample question. So Terraform Earth plans to connect all 20 million vehicles in the field to the cloud. So this increases the volume to 20 million, 600 byte records a second for 40 TB an hour. How should you design the data ingestion? So pause the video and look at all the options and come up with an answer. All right, so now I guess you have the answer in your mind, so I'm going to discuss each of the options. So let's say the first option is vehicle writes data to GCS. GCS is a bad example here because we have looked at the IoT data pipeline design. If you remember the design, you would know that the answer is Cloud PubSub. And as far as BigQuery is concerned, if you do a math here, the BigQuery data limits are reached, meaning that BigQuery cannot handle this amount of data stream per second. So with that, we covered the third case study. If you have any questions or suggestions or comments, let me know in the comment section. And I'm going to give you a link, which is a very good link, which talks about IoT collecting data from the vehicles. So that would be maybe very useful for people who are writing the exam. And thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. If not, share it with your friends and give it a like. Thanks. Bye.